So when you are ready, find a constructive rest position on your back. Similar to how we began Thursday, except without a block for support, for those of you who were with me that day. Once you, hey, is Amanda there? Hey, Amanda, if you're there, could you mute everybody for me? So once you're there on your back, find a comfortable position with the feet, having them as wide as your sticky mat and the ankles under the knees, trying to feel in space if the ankles are in front of or too close to the glutes. You'll feel as if your low back is starting to push up away from the floor, the belly beginning to stretch. And we want to avoid that here. As neutral as possible, low back engaged on the ground without working the muscles. Finding the arms at the side body, palms up like Shavasana, or a cactus position, if you would like a gentle shoulder stretch. After you have found your pose, close the eyes, settle onto the mat, beginning to bring your awareness into what's touching the mat, soles of the feet. Can you tell if you're sinking in towards one side of the arches more than the other? Pressing down evenly through the outer edges of the feet. Paying attention to how the pelvis is resting on the mat. Do you feel that you are more on top of the tailbone? Can we lift and lengthen the pelvis, engaging the low back just a little bit more? How are the shoulders doing this morning? Do you have one shoulder blade deeper underneath you than the other? Is one shoulder up closer to the ears than the other? Trying to balance them out, perhaps lifting both shoulder blades, sliding them down the back. And then, of course, pay attention to the muscles around the eyes. Resisting the urge to frown, soften the space between the eyebrows. Take your last few breaths, working with your inhales and exhales through the nose. As we practice our yoga, oftentimes students will tell me afterwards that they don't like a pose. They don't regularly practice a certain pose for X amount of reasons. So I'd like you to all ask yourselves, why don't you like certain postures? And what I'm aiming towards is if a pose doesn't feel good while you're in it, why is that? Is it the pose or is it perhaps the practitioner? Is it the person in the pose trying to stay so strongly in a position that they embrace the pain, the discomfort, rather than inviting themselves to move and explore? Rather than focusing on why we don't like something, perhaps we can work on and work through the reasons behind it. So keep that just somewhere in the back of your mind, knowing that whenever you find a position that doesn't feel good, you're allowed to explore, to move, to play. Never live in a pose. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers, the toes. You can rock your head side to side, finding and releasing any tension in the neck. On an inhale, bring the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a nice tight little squeeze in. You can rock right and left once, maybe twice. We'll all set the arms down into a cactus position. Elbows in line with the head of your shoulders. Don't worry about whether or not the back of the hands can find the mat. Just let them rest there. As you exhale, take your knees over to the right and hold for a couple of breaths. Work to adjust the left shoulder so it makes contact onto the mat. Inhale, lift the knees into the chest. Exhale, take the knees over to the left. Again, readjust your torso to assist the right shoulder down into the floor. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, plant your feet hip distance onto the mat, knees up to the ceiling. Right knee comes into your chest, right ankle above or onto the left knee, slightly below. Flex your right foot, inhale, knees to chest, right arm through the opening, interlacing your fingers around the left hamstrings or the shin. Keeping both feet engaged, push the left shin into the hands and enable or energetically work the right knee away from the body just by using the muscles in the hip and in the leg to move the knee away. Couple more breaths here. Perhaps trying to square the hips a little bit more, drawing the left hip into the middle of the mat. Slowly set the left foot back down to the left side of your sticky mat. Keep the right ankle where it is. Drop the knees to the right, arms into that cactus shape again. If this is too intense, please settle the right foot underneath the left knee, backing the pose off again. Using this shape to explore whether or not you're comfortable benefiting from this position, adjusting if necessary. Inhale, lift the knees into the chest. Release the right leg from the left knee. Give yourself a squeeze. And then set the feet back down, hip distance, left ankle over right knee. Draw the knees into the chest and thread the left arm through the opening. Push the right shin into your hands. Draw the right hip to the middle of the mat and move the left knee further away from you. Release the right foot to the right side of the sticky mat. Position the arms in cactus shape. Drop the knees to the left. Again, readjust as is necessary. The right foot can move. The left foot can move. As you inhale, release the left foot. Bring both knees into your chest and roll to one side. Rest for a moment in the fetal position. Then press yourself up table and we'll adjust to go to a brief child's pose. Big toes together, knees as wide as your sticky mat. Sink the hips back and walk the hands forward. We'll make this an active child's pose right away. Come up to the fingertips. Crawl the fingers further forward, allowing the hips to come up off of the heels. Then without losing the length in the arms, push into the fingers to shift the hips back and down. Settle the palms onto the floor and then walk your hands to the right. Find the right palm into the floor and then crawl the left fingers further forward and push into the hand to sink the left hip back and down. Walk gently back to center. And then over to the left. Left palm flat and active into the floor. Right hand crawls, firing up the right armpit, right side of the torso, all the way into the hip. Try and maintain some contact with the hip and the heel. It's okay if they don't find each other, even just energetically grounding the hip down. Walk the hands to center, soften, release for a moment. Inhale up, tabletop, set up for downward facing dog. Slide the knees 6 inches back, curl the toes under, and lift your hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pressing down through the heels of the hands, into the pads, into the knuckles of the palms, and into the pads of the fingertips. Move your chest to your thighs. Sink the center of the heels towards the mat. Shake your head yes and no. Step your feet in about a footprint forward or however far you need to go to get the heels onto the mat for our revolved dog position this morning. Push into the left hand, right hand outside left ankle. pull onto the left ankle and look under your left armpit to twist. Move your hips straight back at the same speed. Try not to move one hip more than the other. Move them together. Right palm down. Left hand comes to the outside of the right ankle. Push into the right hand. Move the hips straight back. Twist and turn under the right armpit. Left palm down. Re-lengthen your down dog. Round of breath here. Looking forward. Small steps up to the top of the mat. Big bend or little bend in the knees. Inhale halfway into Ardha Uttanasana. Hands to shins, please. Push the hands into the shins. Push down into the center of the heel and lean towards your toes, pushing into the ball mount of the feet. Lift your sitting bones up and try and feel if your hips are over the ankles. Align yourself. Pull the belly in. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, bend the knees and look at your chest. Press into the feet, slowly rise up with a straight, strong back. Lift the arms forward and up, look up, reach up. Exhale, arms come gently down to the side. Samasthiti. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, lift the arms forward and up. Exhale, pull the belly in as we forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, hands to shins or fingertips to floor. Exhale, palms down, step back to your plank. Strong, high push-up. Exhale, lower to the belly, perhaps passing through Chaturanga. Uncurl your toes, internally rotate those knees, and then inhale up Bhujangasana, belly in strong, push down into the hands. Exhale, release. Pass through table as you make your way to downward facing dog. You are welcome to continue taking Cobra. However, please work towards sustaining a Chaturanga. If you need to bring your knees down to do so, play with your push-up position to make it accessible to develop and build your strength. Don't omit it simply because it's challenging. Looking forward, step up to the top of the mat into your halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach up, look up, stretch up. Exhale, arms float down to the side. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down, step back, plank. You can drop your knees or hug the elbows in and lower, hips in line with the shoulders. Hold it there and then uncurl the toes. Inhale up, upward facing, hips and thighs up. Exhale, downward facing. Five breaths in your down dog. Continuing to explore, stretch, prepare the body for deeper positions. The bottom of your exhale, look forward, bend the knees and step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling halfway, right away. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms down to the side, Samasthiti. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, rolling over those toes. Exhale, downward facing. From here on out, you're welcome to skip vinyasas. Going straight to downward facing dog. Remember, at any point, child's pose is available to you. After the bottom of your fifth breath, look forward and journey to the top of your mat. Step, hop, float. Inhale, halfway, right away. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, return to your starting position, mountain pose. Bring your big toes together, heels slightly apart. Sit back, Utkatasana. The knees can touch, similar to our constructive rest position. Pull the belly in, move the tailbone to lengthen down. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down. Your choice, step back to down dog or a vinyasa. If you're still building your chaturanga strength, work to pull the belly in, lifting the thighs, keeping them active. We meet in down dog. Lift the right leg up and back. Stack the hip, bend the knee. Press the kneecap up, the left heel down. Exhale, right foot forward for warrior one. Left heel spins in flat, pressing it back, toes in. Lift your chest, twist your belly to the right. Curious question for you all to ponder. Within a lot of our standing poses, are there subtle twists? The answer is yes. Interlace your hands behind the back. Stretch the knuckles down, lift the chest. Exhale, bow, humble warrior. Crown of the head towards the right ankle. Press the hips straight back together. Notice whether or not when you move them back, if you're actually moving them up, try and drop them down and back. Release the hands to the floor inside the right foot, then walk them to the left side of the floor for a down dog lunge. Palms flat, arms long like down dog with the chest and arms, legs in warrior one. You can look at your right knee. Did it dip inward? Did you pop it out? Try and stack it over the ankle. Walk the hands in, framing your right foot. Lift back and up with the right leg for a three-legged dog. Stack the hip, bend the knee. Then straighten out the right leg, move into plank pose with the right leg lifted. Cross the right heel over the left and walk your hands to the back of the mat. You can have your feet as wide apart as needed to make this accessible, or bend your knees. If this is just very uncomfortable, come out of it altogether and be in a forward fold at the back. We'll all inhale halfway, pull the belly in, lean forward towards the toes. Exhale, bow. Give the inner thighs a squeeze together. Try and square your chest over the left leg. Remember, even in this pose, find Mula Bandha. Squeeze the outer hips together. Tailbone forward towards the pubic bone. Inhale halfway. Left hand down, palm flat around the fingertips, underneath your face, right hand to hip, twist the chest open. Right arm up. Right hand down, gently crawl the hands back forward into plank. Right leg lifts, three-legged vinyasa or traditional. Lower down, release the right foot, untuck the left. Lift up Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Round of breath here, allowing that all to settle within the body, noticing the subtle differences between the right and left leg. Inhale, lift the left leg. Stack the hip, bend the knee. Exhale, left foot forward, right heel spins flat and setting it back so the toes are in at about 45 degrees. Turn the belly button towards the left thigh. Gentle, subtle twist. Keep reaching up through the heart, sinking the hips down. Interlace the hands behind the back, left thumb on top this time. Elbows stretch down. Lift the chest and exhale, bow. Crown of the head towards the inner left ankle. Making sure your left knee is still over the ankle, that you haven't dropped the inside arch of your right foot. Press down to the outer side. Hands set down to the inside of your left foot, and then walk them forward into your down dog lunge. Keep your legs in warrior one, chest in a down dog. Walk the hands in, frame your left foot, and then prepare for your three-legged dog. Push the weight into the hands, lift the left leg up and back, stack your hip, bend your knee. Forward into plank, straighten the left leg, cross the left ankle over the right foot, and walk your hands to the back of the mat. For more intensity, the pinky toes touch. For less, bring the feet further apart. Inhale, halfway, lift the chest. Exhale, pull the belly in and fold. Square your chest over the right leg. Lean gently towards your toes, but press into the heels to maintain balance. Inhale, lift the chest parallel to the floor. Right hand under, wait, is that right? Yeah. Left hand to your hip and then twist. I think that's right, yeah. Left arm up. We're gonna go with it. Left hand down. Walk yourself forward, plank, lift the left leg. Lower through three-legged chaturanga. Set your toes down, uncurl the right, lift up Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Enjoy your breath in your down dog. Looking forward, journey to the top of the mat. You can step or hop to the top. Inhale, right away, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Big toes together, heels apart, Utkatasana. Lift the arms overhead. Exhale up to stand, arms to your side. Don't change your feet. Inhale, chair pose. Julie's gonna love this class. There's so many chairs. Hands in front of your heart, twist your chest, keep it lifted and twist to the right. Now lean forward as you move your hips back to settle the left elbow outside the right thigh. Push the hands together, turn your belly to the right, and pull the left side of your chest forward. Inhale, chair, arms overhead. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, twist, keep your chest up. Then move your hips back, chest forward to settle the right elbow outside the thigh. Lengthen the right side of the ribs, forward and up. Turn your belly more towards the left thigh. Keep your weight in the right foot. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs to forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, vinyasa. One more sun bee variation, lowering down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Okay, inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, right foot forward for high lunge. Ground down through the right foot. Be high on the left tippy toe. Press down into the feet as you lift the arms overhead. Feel like your hips are dropping down as you lift your chest up. Hands in prayer. Keep your chest lifted as you twist to the right. Move your right hip back, lean forward with the chest and settle the elbow outside the right thigh. Bend into the knee. Belly twist to the right. Lengthen the left side of the rib cage. Be more long. Thinking twisting is lifting. Look down at your right foot. Lean forward and step the left foot to meet the right. Have them touch. Twisted chair. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Twist, lean, settle the elbow. Excuse me. Put the weight into the left foot this time. Look down at your feet and send the right foot to the back of the mat. Move nice and slow. Find your balance, lift your chest, keep the twist. Right hand settles down inside the left foot. Left arm reaches up to the sky, simple twist. My favorite transition, roll to the outer edge of your right foot, heel toe the left foot to the middle of your mat so you're in a Vashisthasana prep. Stay here or send the left foot on top of the right, perhaps in front of the right. Find this pose, find this shape, move around in it so you feel comfortable and strong. Left hand to the floor, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips and thighs, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. For the other side, inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left foot forward into high lunge. Come on up. Concentrate more on the feet than what the chest is doing. Push down to lift up. Draw the chest back. So the right leg is super strong. Hands in front of your heart. Twist to the left, then lean forward at the hip and send the elbow outside the thigh. Lift your belly on top of the left thigh, pull the chest forward. Look down at the left foot. Step the right foot forward to meet it. Have them touch. Keep your twist. Inhale, arms overhead, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Twist to the right. Lean, send the hips back. Left elbow settles into position. The good news is this is the last time, but we still have to do it again. So look down at your right foot. Send the left foot back so you're in your twisted lunge. Left hand down inside the right foot. Right arm up. Move your left foot so you're on the knife edge of the foot. Take the right foot to the middle of your mat. Lift your hips. And then stay here or travel the rest of the way. Right foot on top of the left. Vashisthasana. Right hand down, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Padagusthasana and Padahastasana at the back of our mat to walk your hands to meet your feet. Inhale up halfway. Hold on to your ankles or your calves, or take your pointer, middle finger, and thumb holding on to your big toes. Straight arms, lengthen up through the sitting bones. Press the weight towards the toes. Exhale, bow. Elbows out to the side. Pull the belly in. Work your chest forward and down. Keep thinking about hollowing out the space where your belly is touching your pelvis, working your chest down. Keep the tension out of the neck and out of the shoulders. Gravity is helping us to work the legs here, so embrace it. Inhale, lift halfway. Lift your right foot and settle the right palm underneath the foot. Lift your left foot, take the palm underneath the left. Straight arms, pause. If this is too intense, please back it off. You can hold on to your toes, the ankles, or even a rag doll, clasping opposite elbows. As you all exhale, bow, elbows press forward. Keep the shoulders moving down the back. Resist the urge to roll them in toward your ears. Suck your armpits in and down. Belly in, chest down the legs. Squeeze the outer hips in towards each other. Put the weight into the big toe. Lean forward, making your heels lighter. Inhale, lift up halfway. Release your feet, your hands from your feet, and then crawl back forward to downward facing dog. Looking forward, we can step or hop to the top of our mat. Inhaling into your halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale up to stand. Arms come to the sides. All right. When you are ready, meet me at the top of the mat. Big toes touch, feet or heels apart. Inhale, Utkatasana. Ready? Lean forward to the toes, lift the heels. Now practice, send your butt back. Chest comes super far forward. Reach forward with the arms. Send your butt back. And then start to lower and sink your hips straight down. The arms can stay forward. You can lift the arms up. Find balance here. Work the toes down, belly in. Coming out of it the same way we came into it. Reach the arms forward, chest leans forward. Lift your hip, push into the toes. Settle the heels down when you can and lift the chest straight up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down. Send the left foot back and find warrior two. Setting up the foot similarly to warrior one with the heel straight back, toes slightly in. Right knee over the ankle. Right hip straight back. Left hip rolls forward and down. Reach the arms up and out. And find your subtle twist here. Chest turns to the left while the hips continue to rotate as we set them up. Couple more breaths here. Sinking the hips down, lifting the chest up. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, reach forward and take the hand down outside the foot into your triangle pose. Push the right hip straight back, left hip forward and down. Belly comes in to take the back bend out, and then pull your chest straight to the chin. Left hand up and look at your thumb. Looking down at the right foot, bend into the right knee so it's over the ankle. Readjust your left foot as necessary and take the arms straight forward into Utthita Parsvakonasana. Don't change the hips. Continue lengthening your chest and twisting under the left arm. Remove the shoulders away from the ears. Left hand to your hip. Look down at your foot, send the left foot in a step, the right hand forward, half moon. Lift the left leg up and back. Left arm can lift. Lengthen the right side of your ribs, twist your chest, look up at your left hand. Unless it's too much in the balance, then look forward or down. Little bend into the right knee and set the foot down to wide side angle, the position we were in preceding. Lift the left arm for a breath. Exhale, left hand to the floor inside the right foot, right hand inside. Drop the left knee down for lizard lunge. Heel toe, the right foot to the right side of your sticky mat, turning the toes slightly out to knee over the ankle. You may stay lifted. You're always welcome to use blocks, putting your forearms down onto the blocks, or come down onto your mat. Again, if this is a position that you normally don't enjoy, how can you change it to make it sustainable? Doesn't have to be enjoyable, but something that you can be in without itching to get out of. Gently come on up to the hands, move nice and slow. Lift your left knee and step back to plank. You can lift the hips up and back for down dog or lower through vinyasa. Super strong back bend. Exhale, down dog. Same thing other side. Send your left foot forward between the hands. Spin the right heel, flat toes slightly in, like a warrior one, but not maybe to that extent. Arms come up and out. Twist your chest open to the right, but hug the left hip straight back towards the right heel. Pelvis should feel neutral, no strain. Sinking into that left hip, twisting the chest a little bit more each breath. Inhale to straighten the left leg. Exhale, reach forward, take the hands down into Trikonasana. Don't change the hips. Send that left hip straight back, right hip forward, reach up through the arm. Pull the belly in and twist, looking up at your right hand. Readjusting to Utthita Parsvakonasana, bend into the left knee, right arm reaches forward, not past behind your ear, but over the ear or even in front of the face. So that way you find the belly in, it's easier to take the back bend out of this shape. Reaching through the right middle finger, looking up at it. Right hand to your hip, look down, look forward. Right foot steps in, left hand steps forward. Lift the right leg for Ardha Chandrasana. Right arm reaches up. Work the left leg more and more to help turn your gaze from down to the side to maybe up, moving slow. Little bend in the left knee, reach the right foot back and down. Right arm reaches forward, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Exhale, right hand down. Lizard lunge. Both hands inside your left foot. Heel toe the left foot to the side of your sticky mat. Reach the chest forward, lift it up like a back bend, roll, curl the tailbone down as you settle into your shape. Coming back up to the hands, lift the right knee and step to plank, moving into down dog or a cycle of a vinyasa. We move in down dog. As you feel ready, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Arms up. Lean into the toes, lift your heels. Send your butt back. Send your chest forward, reach forward, and then work to lower the butt straight down, coming into a squat on the toes. Balance here, arms straight up. Hands in front of your heart. Twist with the chest lifted. As long as you can maintain your balance and feel comfortable to keep moving, lean the chest forward, belly to the thighs, and then left elbow outside right thigh. Lift your ribs, twist them. The belly stays touching the thigh. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Lean forward. Keep the belly touching the thighs as the chest works forward and up. Inhale, center. Reach the arms up. And then move your hips back. Start to lift them up, the chest forward. Settle the heels down when you can and lift up Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, palms flat. Send the left foot back, runner's lunge. Excuse me. So send the left heel back like you were going to high lunge, but have the fingers frame your right foot. Take an inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, straighten the right leg so you're in a pyramid prep. Step the left foot in like pyramid, pulling the left heel straight back, toes forward to the hip square, belly in. Left hand inside the right foot, right hand to your hip. Twist your chest, move the hips straight back together, and then lift the right arm. Revolve triangle pose. Notice some of us have the tendency to lift our hips rather than move them straight back. See if you can for a moment play with moving the pelvis around to notice what the different positions is. Right hand down, re-lengthen your position, send the left foot back and then the knee down. Right hand into the crease of the hip, take your thumb into the hip, push it down and back, bend into the right knee, sweep the left arm up, twist your chest open to the right, lean the belly past the thigh, and then the hand comes down outside the foot. If you can't find the floor, find your hands in prayer. If you find the floor, keep the elbow settling below the knee, set the shoulders down, sweep the right arm forward and up. Keep your belly on the thigh, but lift your rib cage above the thigh. This might be more than enough. You can curl the left toes under and lift the knee. Right hand to your hip. Take the left hand inside the right foot, then forward, revolved half moon. Slide the left leg in and up. The fingertips can be down or the palm flat. Twist your chest open, move the right hip straight back. Very active in that left leg. Keep the thigh hugging to the bone. Right hand down, left foot comes down, left knee down. Readjust your right foot to the right side of your sticky mat, toes turn out. This time, stay up on the left hand, right hand behind the right knee, move the chest away to straighten the arms. Allow the right knee to dip out. Pull the belly in and twist. Look over your right shoulder. Maybe bend the knee of the left foot, reach back with the right hand, and find the foot. It helps if you lift the hips up and back, pulling the foot in towards your glute to find the foot. Once you have it, move the hips back down and push the foot into the hand. Emphasize the twist. Again, if this is a position that is just not, it's not time to find the foot, find your best stretch, breathe into it, and learn to love it. Or at least tolerate it. Without spring loading, let the left foot go, right hand down, step back, plank. And I hope by now you know what to do. Okay, to remember what we did. Send the left foot forward, runner's lunge. So you're preparing to go to high lunge, but we won't go to high lunge. Instead, inhale, pull the chest through. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Step the right foot in for a revolved triangle. Toes point forward, heel back. Right hand inside the left foot. Left hand to hip twist. Move the hips together, straight back. Then lift the left arm up. By moving the hips straight back, you're putting the strength into the feet equally, and it gives you more room to work. Left hand comes down. Send the right foot back into that runner's lunge position, and then drop the knee down. Left thumb into the left hip. Press the hip back and down. Sweep the right arm up. Twist to the left, and then lean as far past that thigh as you can to take the arm down outside the foot. Allow the arm into the knee, push them together, and then lift your belly more under the thigh. Set the shoulders down and sweep the left arm forward. Again, stay here. If you're in a prayer position, gorgeous. If you'd like, lift the right knee. Left hand to hip, right arm unwinds, inside left foot, then a palm print, more like a foot forward. Step in with the right leg, lift the leg, twist, reach up. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. Squeeze the inner thighs together, belly in, chest forward. Left hand down, send the right foot back, knee down, into your lizard position with the left foot. Right hand stays down inside the left foot, under your shoulder. Then take the left hand behind the knee, push the knee away to straighten the chest and the arm. Look over your left shoulder, see if you can kind of see your foot. Lift the foot, reach back with the hand. Lift your booty to the foot, finding the foot maybe, and then drop the hips down. Remember, yoga is about subtle growth. Very rarely do we feel as if we make giant leaps and bounds within one practice. So embrace where you are today. Release the right foot, left hand down. Find your plank pose, to down dog, to chaturanga, to upward facing, to downward facing. Ah, beautiful. Looking forward, we'll find the top of the mat. Step or hop there. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Big toes together, heels apart. Inhale, Utkatasana. I'm really not sorry. You guys know I love chair pose. Lean forward into the toes. Lift the heels. Send your butt back, chest forward. Pull the belly in and keep sinking the hips down until you come into your little squat. Then settle the heels down. Then the butt down and lift your legs, both toes. Keep the toes in line with your eyes, arms reach forward, belly in, powerfully lift the chest. Hug the tailbone to the pubic bone, Mula Bandha. Exhale, come down, cross-leg position. If you were with me in class last Saturday, I was talking all about Mula Bandha, and I said the word anus, I think a little too many times, so I'm trying to avoid it today. Take the legs forward. We'll find Marichi Asana A. This is a bind position. So if you'd like to take the strap into your left hand to find the bind, please grab it here. Bring the right foot into stand. Resist having the foot super close to your thigh, making sure it's the heel's in line with the sitting bone or towards the outer edge of your right hip. Now lean your chest inside the right leg, get the whole thing inside the leg. Then lean forward towards the left foot. Maybe this is where you stay today. You can find your left foot, you can hold on to the calf, or you can reach your right arm forward, swipe it around the right shin, drop the thumb down, and take the hand behind the leg. Now, you can reach forward with the left arm, find your foot, or you can sweep it around, a big exaggerated gesture to hold on to your fingers behind the back. Internally rotate the head of your shoulders, squaring your chest towards the left thigh. Pull the belly in, and then look to your toes. Put the weight into the right foot. Lift your right sitting bone up, but keep it grounded, meaning drop it down. Pull the chest forward. Maybe do a pedicure check. If you're like me, I haven't had a pedicure in about 5 years. Sorry. Inhale, lift the chest. That's important. Exhale to release. Don't just let it go. Come out mindfully. Switch your feet, left foot in. Again, find the heel in line with your sitting bone or even right outside, right in line with the outer part of your hip. Chest comes inside the left leg. Lean forward. Stay here or reach the left arm forward. Bring it out to the left. Thumb goes down. And then back of the hand towards your back body. Right arm comes forward. Hold the foot or sweep it back and around and find your fingers. Drop your shoulders down. Belly turns to point over the right thigh. Lean forward. Push into your left foot. Look at your tootsies. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward to keep them squared. And then very mindfully, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release your bind. Take the left foot forward, bounce your knees. Inhale into boat pose, lift the legs, arms come forward. Exhale, cross the feet, sit back up. Little wiggle here. Take the legs forward. Marichi Asana C. I'm going to go to the side because I want you to see the action I'm going to take. My right foot's going to come in. Same setup. So I make sure my heel is in line with where I prefer it. Now I'm going to twist my chest. I can give myself a hug, sit up tall. Then I'm going to take my hand back here to support me. And I'm actually lean back and then pull my belly more to the right. So my belly is on my thigh, but my chest is completely free. Now I can walk my hand in and lift the left arm up to cut the elbow outside. And I have a glorious twist. And there's a lot of freedom in my spine. So give that a shot. Hug the left arm around your knee. Lean back and then work the belly in front of the thigh so the rib cage is super free. Now, if you want to leave your right hand where it is, go for it. If, when you're in your twist, you can straighten the arm and your elbow is past your shin, you can bend the thumb down, working towards the bind with the right hand behind your back. Set the shoulders down, twist. Lean towards your right foot. Slowly, as you inhale, exhale, release. Take the right leg out, left foot in, lean back, work to get your belly past the thigh, and then take the right elbow outside the knee. Sit up nice and tall. The left hand can stay on the floor the whole time. You can twist, you can straighten the arm, you can wrap the arm around. It is difficult to breathe here, so just concentrate on the inhales past the belly button and the exhales. Slowly inhale, sit up a little taller. Exhale, unwind. Take the legs in front of you, lean back, boat pose, last boat. Cross one ankle over the other. You can bump it up, take it back. You can roll over the toes, sweep the legs to one side. However you'd like, go into a down dog. Bring the knees to the mat and sit on your heels. So this is the time when we need our blanket. My dog, Ren, stole my blanket. I don't know if you've seen him. He's been on the blanket the entire class. So, and I don't want to wake him because he looks cute. Now, if you have a blanket, roll it up so it's in a nice tight roll. You can also just roll up the top of your mat, which is what I'm going to do, about halfway. So I have a nice thick roll. Then that toe squat position we've been coming into, please find with your heels on the mat or blanket and the toes on the floor. Now, kind of like what we did in our Mari C, take your arms around your knees and give yourself a little hug. If this squat doesn't feel available to you, you could do this in chair pose. You could do this whole thing with your hips up higher, okay? Now, start to lift your chest straight up, keep the belly on the thighs, twist to your right, push your hands on your thighs and twist. Lean to the right and settle the left hand down. See if you can get the elbow way past the thigh. We will play with side crow, but first it's Pulsation. So if you can take your hands in prayer here, perfect. If your hand comes down to the floor, you can lift the right arm up. You can try and bend the left hand down. So the hand goes in front of both shins. Lean into the left foot and take your right hand around. Oh my gosh, I'm so close. I can almost bind here. That's very exciting. And then keeping the twist, find Parsvabhakasana or stay there or come out for breath. My left hand comes down. My right hand is shoulders distance or slightly wider, offset to the right. I pick my hips up, lean to the right, hug the elbows in, and my feet float up. Let me put my head down, Ren. There we go. He's a good pillow. Set my feet down onto my roll, come out. If you need to straighten your legs, readjust your mat, your blanket, give yourself a little moment to do so. Okay, and then we return. Cool. I don't know about you, but I think Pulsation is really fun. I love side crow, but I really want that bind. So when you're here, give yourself a squeeze, belly in and lift the chest. Now lean super far to the left. Get your belly. Move your sugar cookie baby over to the left and take your right arm outside the left thigh. Palm goes down, weight into the right foot, twist, twist, twist. Hands in prayer, lift the left arm. And then if you would like, you can take the right hand in front of the shin, working into your bind. Ooh, I'm farther on this side. And then when you're ready, release, come out or settle the right hand down. Left hand offsets to the left. I have to pick my hips up in a big exaggerated movement over to the left. And then my feet might float up. Resettle your feet down. We'll all straighten our legs. Readjust your mat so it's normal. Or move your blanket off to the side. Sorry, Ren. And shake it out. Hands to hips, elbows to sky. Come to the top of your mat from wherever you were, pretty please. All right, so I hope a little bit of that felt good. And we'll meet at the top. Bring your feet hip distance, hands in front of your heart. Lean to the left, pick up the right knee, flex the foot. Right ankle above the left knee, sit back. Standing pigeon pose, so you don't think we're doing chair pose. Pull the belly in, lean the hips back, reach the arms forward. We're not going past this yet, we'll return to it. And then lift your chest, lift your hips. Come up to stand, knee into the chest, and the right foot comes down, arms come down. Hands in front of your heart, lean to the right, lift the left knee, ankle above the knee, Send your hips super far back, belly in, chest lowers and comes forward. Ooh. And then come on up with the chest, lift the left knee, and set the foot down. Ooh, okay. No balancing there for me. Hands in front of your heart. Close the eyes, take a breath. And then inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. You can take a vinyasa or you can join me into downward facing dog. Pigeon pose. Send the right knee behind your right wrist or even past the right wrist alignment so it's further to the right side of your mat. If your shin is super angled in, work to point your toes, or I've recently learned you can work to flex your toes here. It might change the feeling in your knee. If your shin is more parallel, it's traditionally taught to flex the foot and then fold for a couple of breaths. Keep the hips moving back, the chest moving forward, belly is over the shin. Walk your hands in under your shoulders, lift the chest, drop your right hip down, bend your left knee and pull that left foot forward. Take the right ankle on top of the left knee. Sit up nice and tall here. Follow along as best as your hip allows. Hold the right knee with your right hand, but with the left, lift your knee. This is option one. Option two is to take the elbow creases underneath the calves. Hands come up, maybe touch your face. Sit up nice and tall. You can also take the sole of the right foot with the foot flexed into the elbow crease of the left arm, right arm around the knee, hold your baby. Move the right sitting bone forward, left sitting bone back. Sit up very tall. Groovy. Set the right ankle down onto your left foot, bend the left knee and take the left foot in for Agni Stambhasana, the double pigeon pose. You can also take a block, set the block in front of your left knee and the foot goes in front of your knee. If this is unavailable, come to Sukhasana or crisscross applesauce. Sit up very tall here for a couple of breaths. And then we'll shake out the legs, take them forward, swing the legs to one side, and meet me in downward facing dog for the other side. Pigeon on the left, left knee forward. You can have the knee outside the wrist towards the left side of your mat. Move the hips back, not forward, dropping the belly over the shin, and the ribs are free. Left hip hugs back, right hip forward and down. Walk the hands in under your shoulders, drop the left hip down, get that right leg to come forward and lift the left foot on top of the right knee. Work to sit up tall. This is option one for tighter hips, or you hold the leg with the hands, lift it up, baby cradle one, baby cradle two, elbows under the calves, hands to the face, or take your baby into the crease of the right elbow and the knee into the left. Transitioning into fire log, ankle above the knee, bend the right knee, pulling the ankle under the left, readjust that left foot. Find a position that's comfortable, that works for you to some degree here. This is not an easy pose for many hips. So just give yourself permission to find what works best for you. And then carefully, slowly take the legs out, bounce the knees. Swing the legs to the other side that you did from the first and go into your down dog. Sweet. Look forward and step or hop to the top. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Hands to hips, come on up to stand. All right, so we have a nice, lovely little progression here. It will hopefully accommodate for most bodies. Now, if you'd like to watch for a moment, I'll show you. I'll lift my right knee, take the ankle above the knee, send my hips back. We've done this a lot, but now it's one-legged. So I'm gonna send my hips back, my arms can come forward, reach forward. You can always have blocks in front of your hands to make the ground closer. And then I can straighten my leg. I can bend my knee and take my hands in, lift the left heel. Notice I shimmy my foot back a little bit, and then I can come on up into a toe stand, right? You can play with one hand in front of the heart, maybe the other. Or for my arm balancing fans, I can lift to put my heel down for a moment, so I can take my hands down. My right knee goes into my right armpit. My right toes hook around my left tricep. That's important. Set your hands shoulders distance apart. Lean the chest forward. Pull the foot up. Balance. And then lean again to lift the left leg. Your choice what you do. So let's all meet standing. You can come to about the middle of your mat. Lean into the left foot. Lift the right knee. Ankle above the knee. Send your hips back, chest forward, reach forward. Keep the hips moving back and down, belly down to find the floor. Now you can straighten the left leg, breathe here. You can bend into the knee, wiggle up on those left toes. If you'd like to do the arm balance, take the hands in front of you. Curl the left toes around your arm. Push the right leg forward into your shelf. Elbows bend, lean, pick up the left foot, lift it up. Take your time. Nice, Jackie, really good. And then when you're ready, shake it out, come back on up to stand, and do the same thing on the other side. Leaning into the right foot, lift the left knee, ankle above the right knee, send the hips as far back as you can. Take the chest forward, belly comes down to meet the thighs. Hands reach forward, sweep down. You can straighten the right leg. Bend the knee, send your butt back and down, come up onto the right heel. You can play with lifting the hands here, toe stands. You can also take your arms in front, hooking the foot, knee into the armpit, lean forward, pull the right foot up, lift the right leg, and then come on down. Your choice. Options for all. Nice, you guys. And then as you feel ready, oh, good. It's 10:20. I love when that happens. Let's just all meet in a down dog. Take a breath or two or three in your down dog while we wait for all of our friends to meet up. You can always stay working in a pose longer if you'd like. And we'll take pigeon with a twist. Right knee forward behind your wrist or outside the wrist. Flex the right foot, point your right foot, settle the right elbow down above the foot, or slowly over time work to bring the elbow into the sole of the foot. If you find that, bring the tricep into the foot, the armpit, or the shoulder. Hands come together in front of your heart. Keep the hips squared. Curl your left toes under and lift the knee. Keep your chest long. Don't round your back. Keep the spine straight. Slowly unwind. Fold forward for a couple of breaths. And then step back into your last down dog. Again, if you find something good in a pigeon pose, you're welcome to stay there. Left knee will come forward, setting up the shape. Moving the hips back. Taking the elbow of the left arm down, slowly over time, working it closer to the foot. And then from there, taking more of the arm into the foot. Curl the right toes under, lift the knee. Keep your chest long. Twist, turn, look up. And then release and fold for a couple of breaths. Good. Walk the hands in under your shoulders, lift your chest, drop the left hip down, bring the right leg around in front. Find Upavishta Konasana. The legs come apart as wide as your shoulders. Flex the feet, toes straight up. Try and roll the right leg back and down, the left leg back and down, so you're drawing the inner thighs in. And then lean forward as you sit back into the tail. Pull the chest forward, but keep your butt flat on the ground. And slowly over time, you can work the chest out. Hold on to the shins, the feet, the floor, your mat. But make this your shape. Make sure it feels good and calming. Lift your chest up. Bring the right foot into the inner left thigh. Right hand to your hip. Left forearm down inside the shin. Twist your chest open. Reach the right arm forward. Right arm pulls you up. Settle the right hand behind your right hip. Lean forward, plant the left foot and lift your hips. Let's take the spine in another direction and hold for a few breaths. Lift the chest up. Bit of a back bend here. Keep the hips moving forward. Lift the chest to the chin. And slowly lower it down. Right leg comes out. Left foot into the shin of the right, or left foot into the thigh of the right leg. Right arm down into the shin. Left hand to your hip, twist, and reach forward. The left arm pulls you up. Left hand settles down behind your left hip. Lean forward to plant your right foot. Sweep the right arm overhead. Hold for a few breaths. Enjoy taking the spine into a back bend. Push down into the left shin. Lift your hips. And slowly come on down. Take the legs out in front of you. Hands to your shins. C-curve the spine and come slowly down to the back. Find a bridge pose for one more back bend option. Take the feet in, hips distance. Wiggle or reach forward with your heels to find your heel with your fingers. Bend at the elbows, fingers up. Press the feet down. Draw one shoulder deeper underneath you and then the other. Lift the hips, pull the chest to the chin and the knees forward. If you'd like to take the bind under the back, go for it. Deepen the shoulder connection, drawing the shoulder blades together on the back. And then slowly release your clasp, lower your hips down, untuck the shoulders. Take a breath here. If there's one more position you'd like to take, please feel free to do so. I normally offer twists here. However, I feel that we've sufficiently twisted. So you're welcome to bring your knees into your chest with me and then wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your forehead to your knees, taking a nice deep breath. Let the air out. Inhale again. And this time as we exhale, send your limbs out long, your arms to your sides, and find Shavasana. If Shavasana is a pose that is a struggle for you, offer yourself the ability to set up with props, with the wall. You can always find a constructive rest position. But if there's one pose you give yourself in the day, it should be this. As busy people, it is important to rest for a few minutes in the day. Just be with yourself. So try not to move or fidget. Embrace the calmness and allow relaxation to wash over you, surrendering to Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Deepen your breath to reawaken the body. As you feel ready, guide the arms overhead for a nice long good morning stretch. Reach the arms away, point your toes and flex your feet. Knees come back to the chest. Give yourself one final hug, rocking right and left. In your own time, easing your way onto the right side, resting for a breath or two in the fetal position. Push into the hands, joining me in a comfortable seated pose at the top of your mat, hands together in front of your heart, eyes closed. I want to thank you all so much for joining with me in class this morning. I hope you have beautiful weekends ahead. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. If you'd like to unmute yourself and chat with me for a minute, you're welcome to. If you have to run, by all means, please do. If anyone would like to join me tomorrow morning, 8:30 to 10, I teach a level 2. We'll do very similar to this class, but a little bit harder. Right, Timmy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, Donna. Thank you. Donna, are you new to our studio? No? Oh, you're muted. 1 second, dear.
Hello?
What did you say?
Hello?
Hi. Yes, checking.
I'm not new to your studio, but I was
Okay.
a long time ago. I was there, and then I had to leave for a little bit, and now I'm back.
Awesome. So, I'm so glad. Yeah. Well, welcome, and thank you for joining me.
No, you've been great.
I love when people come back.
It. It's been great. I really appreciate it. So,
yay. I'm so glad. Join me whenever you can. I love your shirt. That's fun.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna go. Thanks.
That's good. Anyone have any questions, concerns, arguments?
No, I was able to do one of the tiptoes.
Ooh, yeah, good.
Yeah, the first one. So the instruction was really helpful because I can never do that tiptoe on squat. I can't do it, but I
Maybe
did
it was more just you. I don't think it was
No,
me. I think it
no,
was
because
just
he
you.
said take the hips back, and I don't know, just all the instructions together, and I was like, oh my God, there it is.
That's because Scott and I have been working on all of these poses for weeks, and he helps me figure out cues that are very successful for people. So you can thank Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Probably figured it out better though.
What?
You probably did it better.
No. Oh, God, he found my armpit. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone else able to do toe pose for the first time?
I was able to do those stands on one side.
Good. I love doing that. It's just a fun, goofy little pose.
It's also
you'll
really
see
hard.
people like, I think it is. You'll see people on Instagram or on Pinterest, because I'm a Pinterest girl, and they all are like doing that pose and they look so happy and peaceful. I'm like, it's not that easy. Right? I'm like,
You're lying to people.
They are.
It's all airbrushed.
It is, right? It's all Photoshop. It's a lie.
Thank you, Allie.
Wow. Thank you, Alice. Thank you for joining me on Saturdays. It's not the same without you guys.
It's not.
Ben likes to block my camera. He doesn't, I don't understand.
Just want some love in.
He does. They never get attention or love, so.
No, that's what I
Never.
hear.
Yep, they're terribly mistreated. Ow. His nails are hurting me. I hope you all have lovely days.
You too.
And I see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I'm going to bug your daughter, Amy.
Go for it. Nag all day
I
long.
will.
I was already planning on sending her a text in the group chat, so I got you back,
If
Alex.
I think
the
we
two of
should.
you both- yeah, go for it.
Let's spam her, Timmy. Ready?
That's
Go.
how we got her to commit to doing it in the first place. So
Well, I told
However-
her, I sent her a message. I was like, Marissa, Timmy's doing teacher training. I thought he was going to be the one I was going to have to twist the arm for.
I know that's what I said. Then I was like, yeah, I always thought it'd be
Mhm.
weird if only one of us did it, but I thought I'd be the problem in this situation, not you. So
Her job
Right?
is a lot, so I think she's a little
It
bit
is.
worried about balance.
yeah.
I totally agree, and I get that. And I told her, Amy, I was like, if you want to sign up for the first 5 sessions, you can. And I told her if she wants to wait till next year, she can, I mean, or whenever, right? That I get that.
I think her job will always be a lot, and I think that her supervisor is working with her on how to be more effective at not she writes every note on the planet. Could she trim that down and take less time on things? So I think this is actually good timing.
Okay.
But I
Well,
can't
then-
nag her anymore because I'm.
We'll
'cause
take
I've
care
been
of that.
told
We don't
I've
have to
reached
live
my
with we
limit.
don't have to live with her, so we can just annoy her as much as we
Yep, go for it.
We can nag her for you.
And Jackie, one of the things that helped her was you sent her that trauma thing.
Oh.
So her goal now is to do the 200 hours, and then there's Jackie, what is it?
OG Yoga does a 300-hour yoga for trauma. That's it's
Jackie, that's perfect.
So then she can use it but she needs the 200 hours first.
Yes, she
And
does.
she could do it with them, but she'd rather do it with you. And
Which is
then
very sweet.
Did-
Yeah.
yeah, and then she would be able to go do that, and that's even more towards work. So
Yeah.
Well,
It's
how perfect is that?
a beautiful program. I mean, it is, their outreach.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that it's a whole 300 hours specializing in that for her. That's perfect.
Yeah, their
All right,
outreach.
well, now I don't feel bad.
no, so I think now is the time.
Yeah.
I really do.
Just send it. Marissa, where's the application?
They do
I
it.
just did.
They do it in 10 30-hour modules. So you don't have to, I know, so you don't have to sit for whatever amount of time. You do, I did one, and I haven't had time to start in on the other ones yet, but so you can kind of do them as you need to. It's really a wonderful.
But that's the thing that you have to look for in a 300-hour program. I mean, there are some, I did one where it was a 200, you met once or twice a month, right? But for a lot of people, it's just such a huge chunk of time and financial commitment that it's nice when you can do it little bits at a time like that. And it also makes it easier if you want to. do a program somewhere else too.
Your model is and you don't have to do it in a particular order either. So it's not like
Nice.
this one, so
Nice.
you're screwed.
Mhm.
And yeah, and they have lots of opportunities to, I mean, and it's online now, so.
Yep. That's awesome. Ooh, I'm so glad Jackie's here in our
Yeah.
corner for this. That's awesome, Amy.
She's really- woman who
Jess
runs,
and I have always been in each other's corners. That's what we do, right?
Yes, exactly.
it's kind of our mojo, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
We've been doing that since what? 1984 maybe?
Yeah.
You guys are so cute. I love it. All
Yeah.
right. I
Having trouble
am
with
going to
mine.
go.
I have
you
breakfast
trying to
waiting
do
for me.
this,
I'm gonna
Amy?
go. Yeah, that. It's not working today like that.
Okay.
There's a whole thing at work, but there's a